Hi everyone, I'm Holly and I'm one of your team leaders for Cats this year. This is my first year on the project and I'm super excited to be able to meet you all in the future. The activity I'm going to be presenting is rock painting. So for this, you'll need the rocks, paintbrushes and paint from your activity packs, and also to find somewhere suitable to start painting. As it's Easter half term, I decided to show you an Easter themed design, but I'll also show you some other designs at the end of the video that you could do if you prefer. I hope you enjoy. So the first thing to do is prepare your surface for painting. The first design that I'd like to show you how to do is the face of an Easter chick. So what you're going to do first is pick up one of your rocks and cover it in yellow paint, just as I'm doing here. I would suggest to try and get the paint on quite thinly and as evenly as possible, as this will help it to dry quite quickly. So your rock should now look something like this. If your paint is quite light after the first coat, then I would suggest going over it again with the second coat, like I am here. So now it's time to start on the chick's face. So take a Sharpie or a felt tip and draw two fairly big circles joined together to make up the outline of the chick's eyes. Then inside of these larger circles, draw two smaller ones. And finally, underneath the eyes, draw a triangle to make up the beak. So your rock should now look something like this. Once the yellow paint has dried, take some white paint and preferably a thinner brush and begin to fill in the whites of the chick's eyes. It can be quite tricky to stay within the black outline while adding the white, but just do the best that you can. So that's the outer eyes done. Now take some black paint with an equally thin brush and fill in the little circles of the eyes. So it should look something like this. Now take some orange or red paint as we will be filling in the beak. Something like this. So the last step is to get some white paint with a thin brush and add two white dots to the chick's eyes. So the end result should be something like this. The second design that I'll be showing you how to do is an Easter chick hatching out of an egg. If possible, I would suggest doing this with a smaller rock than the first design. So as you can see here, the first thing to do is take a pencil and draw a zigzag across your rock. Then you should paint the top half of the rock in yellow. As you can see, I've already painted one layer and I'm just doing my second coat. Try to follow the guideline of the zigzag as much as possible. Once the yellow paint has dried, get your white paint and fill in the bottom of the rock. Then take your Sharpie again and trace over the pencil zigzag line. Your rock should now look something like this. Now take some black paint with a thin brush and paint two black dots onto the yellow half of the rock. These will be the chick's eyes. Then using a thin brush, get some orange or red paint and add a small dot underneath the eyes to be the chick's beak. This is now how your chick should look. And here are some other examples that I made too. So here's an example of what the end result could look like.
And as promised at the start of my video, here is another design option. So here are 3 little bugs.
So that's the end of my video. I hope you've all enjoyed following along and are pleased with your rocks. I hope you will have a great half term, and I can't wait to see you all in the future as soon as is possible.